Happy New Year, family. Do you have passion? Do you have zeal? Do you want to do something for God this year? But what if zeal alone isn't enough? What if God shapes your fire into fruit only when it's fully surrendered to His Spirit? If these videos are speaking to you, hit like, comment, subscribe for a weekly reset, and share with someone who needs a restart in the new year. Thank you for all your support. I really, really, really appreciate you. Now let's dive into it. A few minutes for us, underdogs and strugglers in the Bible. My name is Tony Lewis, and here I am again, y'all. And it's my plum-pleasing pleasure, as usual, to share with you today a few minutes for us. The U is for underdogs, and the S is for strugglers in the Bible. Let me tell you about the 45th biblical character we will look at today. It's Abishai. Abishai. God defends the weary through the watchfulness of the willing. God defends the weary through the watchfulness of the willing. Let me tell you about his story. It's in 1 Samuel 26, 2 Samuel chapters 18, 21, and 23. Abishai was one of David's nephews and also one of David's mighty men. He helped David in key battles against the Philistines. Abishai wanted to kill King Saul when Saul was sleeping. What? But David restrained him, teaching him respect for God's anointed one. When David was old, still a seasoned warrior and king, he grew weary and faint in battle. Just when the enemy thought it was over, Abishai stepped in and struck down the giant, saving the king. Lord have mercy. Abishai wasn't the main figure in the spotlight, but he was ready, reliable, and responsive warrior. He served loyally and fiercely in David's army. Check it out. Check him out. Let me tell you about his struggle. He confused vengeance with valor. He reacted before reflecting. You ever did that? His zeal sometimes overshadowed his wisdom. His loyalty could be lethal. That brother would hurt you. He would hurt you. He struggled with impulse control. Who am I talking to? He battled with pride. He fought bravely, but sometimes blindly. Let me tell you about this brother's success. With God's help, he saved David's life from a Philistine giant in battle. He defeated enemies fearlessly. He defended King David with unwavering loyalty. He followed instruction from godly leadership. He used strength to serve, not just strike. Let me say that again. He used strength to serve, not just to strike. He grew into disciplined leadership. His bravery contributed to Israel's victories. With God's help, he used his spear and took out 300 enemies. 300! But what is the lesson? What is the lesson? God shapes zeal into usefulness and strength into service when surrendered to his spirit. God shapes zeal into usefulness and strength into service when surrendered to his spirit. So remember, when you struggle like Abishai for passionate people whose fire needs focus, when your impulses ignite, when your zeal zooms ahead, that sounds like me. When your reactions rise, when your fury flares, when your loyalty leaps without listening, is that you? When your anger aims at the wrong target, who am I talking to? When your stress surges and make others suffer, remember when you succeed, when your passion becomes productive, and you stewarded your strength with sensitivity and self-control. When you're serving boldly with boundaries and balance, when you're standing firm but yet flexible to God's voice. Let me say that again. When you're standing firm but yet flexible to God's voice. When you're sharing victories without swagger. When you're supporting leaders with sincerity, stability, and skill. When you're strength in others rather than showing superiority. My God, when you're staying teachable and tender and truth-driven. Remember the lesson. God shapes zeal into usefulness and strength into service when surrendered to his spirit. God shapes zeal into usefulness and strength into service when surrendered to his spirit. To God be the glory. I'm out, y'all.